Hi everybody, my name is Jules from Paper Gems by Jules, and I am doing my first voiceover with this card, so bear with me as I figure this out. This card is featuring a fun new product from Sassy and Crafty Stamps. This is their knit stencil, and I'm using some Cosmic Shimmer lava paste. I saw this on a video, and like many of you, had to have it and then never used it until now. What I like about this is that this is a heat reactive medium. So as you can see, I'm trying to smooth everything out over the stencil um, and just making sure that it all goes through and is even across the board. I'm later going to die cut this, so some of those edges are going to be fine, but just wanted to make sure because I wasn't 100% sure how this was going to end up. Just got rid of whatever the extra is, and here's the magical part where you remove this. I left a little bit of an edge there, and you can see it sticks up. It's pretty cool as is, but when you dry it, this is where the magic happens. It puffs up. And being that this is a knit pattern, it gives it not only the look of a knit sweater, but the texture too. And you'll notice it more when I add the color because it's really hard to add the color. I might have, in hindsight, maybe added the color to the cardstock beforehand, or maybe use colored cardstock and then add some ink. But this lava paste does not necessarily absorb the ink very easily. And I'll show you how it doesn't absorb it easily a little later, but plan on your fingers getting super inky on this. But this, what I'm basically doing is trying to get the ink into all the crevices and onto the lava paste, but it doesn't really take it in, but you'll see it all comes out pretty cool in the end. So I am using Copics, and I was trying to make a kind of knit pattern on the blanket, but that didn't really pan out. So I just kind of filled it in and went with the flow. And for the adorable sleeping puppy, I went with some gray tones and just figured that was a a cute contrast. I'm going to do the other puppy in a brown just to not make them exactly the same. These little pugs, such cute pups, and I love that they have these little kind of stitch details. They're called the Plushie line. So I always thought to myself, like, how cute would it be to stamp on fabric and even just like sew these images together. Thought it was a great idea, but probably a little beyond my abilities. So I'm just coloring a complementive pink orange, I guess a coral color, on the other pup as pajama wear before I color him or her in. I'm glad to see one of them is happy and the other one's resting, or maybe a little under the weather, but they're so cute together. These are fairly, they're nice size images as well, so they're easy to color and fill in, and you can absolutely do a lot of detail. This would also make an awesome stamp to do no line coloring with. I can only imagine how soft and sweet these little images would be. I actually went back in with a little bit of a darker color because it just wasn't contrasting enough for the browns. Then I was looking at this and just thought it needed to be grounded a little bit more, so I took the darkest brown color I could find and that matched, and just kind of created a little bit of a floor setting underneath to ground the image. You're not going to see all of it because when we lay over the knitted paper, that's going to just make this portion a little bit of a focal point on the card. So I'm just kind of blending it out and just smoothing the transition so it doesn't seem like so harsh and so brown. So now I'm just using double-sided tape to adhere the knitted paper. I mean, really, it so looks like it's a sweater, and it feels like it's a sweater, which is the most awesome part. So this pretty much sums up the card. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you found some of these techniques fun. Make sure to subscribe and feel free to add any comments or thoughts you might have here on this page. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.